Hey everybody, Wade Lightheart here with my good buddies Creel Hutchison, Seha Top, the Prosperity and Health Alliance. We got a special edition this Monday night. It's right after Super Bowl Sunday, Family Day, and we are pumped and excited to have you guys on tonight's broadcast because it's been something we've been working on for a very, very long time. It was brought out to, we thought of this idea about creating an automated business training system. I'm going to walk you through some of it tonight. This is going to blow your mind. This is going to save you guys literally thousands of hours. This is going to improve your ability to communicate with your team, to identify where they need help, where they're rocking and rolling. It is going to allow you to duplicate and replicate your business faster than ever before. It is going to automate most of the education, and it's just really going to take your business to the next level. And I'm so excited to be here with the team. I'm so excited to have you guys out there. So if you can get a big shout out, let us know. Guys, you want to say hi to the team?
Absolutely. Thanks, Wade. Welcome to the show, everybody. Once again, I'm thrilled to have you on board. Thrilled we're doing this. Super excited about what the material is we're going to be presenting tonight. But I'll just start with saying a little hi and happy to have you on board.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. This is Seha from Bellingham, Washington. I'm so excited about tonight's show because the system that we've been talking about is finally rolled out. Wade, Creel, myself have worked really hard on this. The guys have put together an amazing system. I have used it myself. I'm looking through it. I can't wait to share it with you guys, and I can't wait to share the success stories with you guys. So looking forward. Thanks for being here, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the road. So back to Wade.
All right, guys. First up, just before that, we get a lot of people joining on the line tonight. So I want to say hi to everybody, to Danny and Carmen and Bruce and Anne Marie, Alan, and we've got David and Aaron and Eugenia and Fern and Fasayo and Gowan and Harry. Wow, they just keep coming on. Heather, how are you? Ian. We've got Arena and Jean and Clara and Christy and Landon and Marianne and Mark and MI25. I guess, I'm not sure who that one is. Welcome. Ursula, Pam, Rochelle, Rachel, Rodney, Roger, Sabine, Shelley. Everybody's coming on tonight, and the reason why that is because we have kind of introduced the next level of automation. For those who haven't joined us before, we are the Prosperity and Health Alliance. You are the Prosperity Health Alliance. This is not a me, Seha, and Creel telling you what to do. It's us locking arms together and working on this business together. And what we've noticed, and I think the guys would echo this, is that really in today's day and age, building a system in order to kind of take the redundancy out of your business and to quickly and easily identify where your organization needs growth. Now, for people just starting out that haven't had this, you might not be aware of the whole history of how we started. But basically, there's been a revolution over the last 9 years. When I started, there was no DVDs, there was no videos, there was no brochures, there wasn't anything. They had a little, George did a CD that got burnt by everybody, and everybody was bootlegging thousands of these CDs, DVD things, and video, and that was the video process. And the business grew rapidly through video expansion, and then everybody kind of started doing a demo and became a water expert. And what we found is we're going back to our early roots in simple, fast, and easy. And of course, that's why we have the ABC 1-2-3 program, ABC, and we talk about that in the PH Alliance. But what we're talking about tonight is the next level of system. And guys, you want to just mention a little bit, can I get a little bit about you, about the needs for systems?
Excellent. Yeah, sure, Wade. I'll jump in. So what I've been able to notice in the last couple of years, I finally went out to see Eric Worre GoPro event 2 years ago, sold out at 8,000 people. All-star lineup of 6- and 7-figure earners, and there was a consistent message that I kept hearing was everybody was talking about a system, a very clear method of operation in order to do something big time. And I know from my own personal experience jumping in this, I kind of just flew by the seat of my pants, creating things along the way. Some worked, some didn't, kept on moving, which was awesome. But looking back, I'm like, wow, I could have done a lot of things a whole lot smoother with a lot better results. So The message that I received clearly was, what's the system? I kind of looked at what I was doing, started to talk to Wade, started to talk to Siha, and I'm like, well, you know, we're all doing a little bit of different things, but if we sat down and kind of mastermind this, I bet we'd come up with a very clear program and take the best of what we have to offer and put it into something that can be very duplicatable, very easy for a new person jumping on board to walk through, so that we can guarantee that no one's slipping between the cracks. Because that's what I was noticing, that there is people coming on board in Saskatoon, in Florida, in London, UK, and they weren't getting the same message as the person right in front of me here in Vancouver. And in today's modern world, there's no reason for that. We had to get automated. We had to like step up our game in order to take our business to the next level, because the next level is really about leaning into the duplication model. And in particular, there's a great book I read. The author's name is Brian Crothers. He's one of the top money makers in our entire network marketing industry. The book name is, there we go, Building an Empire, the most complete blueprint to building a massive network marketing business. Realize he used the word massive. I read this a year ago and it blew me away, and I started to just slowly work away at what he was implementing. I've shared it with Wade. I know Siha's gotten a chance to take a look at it. And I don't know about you guys, but if I'm going to put the time and energy into a program, and I've been in it for 5 years and I'm going to be in it for another 15 to 20 years as this technology really goes global and gets everywhere, we might as well put the best effort forward and make a system that will automate itself so that we really get leverage. We talk about it all the time, and I think leverage in our industry is about creating an awesome independent distributorship underneath us, locking arms, doing this together, but it's also about replicating ourselves digitally into the 21st century. There's no reason why we need to be trading hours for dollars as we've been doing. There's a different way to teach a message and invite people to watch YouTube, watch little videos on their iPhone, and get the information so seamlessly, so quick. And we've got a training program now that's designed to help people get set up, show them how to do it, show them how to teach it, so that we can all be on the same page, so that our job is to bring our passion for helping people and get in front of people, talking to them, and then roll them into the system. So I'm super stoked where it's at. I'm super happy that we're going to be launching it, I believe today or tomorrow. Wade's going to make the call on that. So you're in the right place at the right time. Thanks so much for joining us, and really looking forward to your feedback. Obviously, there's going to be a couple like bumps in the road. We'd love to get the feedback so we can keep tweaking this. So by the end of this quarter in 2016, we've got something really solid that we can all leverage all the way to the end of the year. So super stoked. Thanks for being here. Look forward to your feedback.
Thanks, Krill. And Siha, any quick little bites that you'd like to share with the team?
Oh, absolutely. Timing couldn't have been better. This is a dream business, and this is totally a dream come true. We can all make our dreams come true with this system. So thank you, Wade and Creel, for putting this together. I mean, this is, the time is now. If you've been in the business for a day, or if you've been in the business for 8 years, 10 years, this system is for everybody. It's designed for everybody. I've walked through it. I've walked my teammates through it. You know, we talked. Creel said it best. You know, we know a lot of 6 figures and 7 figure successful people in the network marketing business, and one key word that they all say is you have to have a system. You know, I get together with a lot of my friends that are with other networking companies, and that's what they have, is they have a system. And I you know what, till this point I was embarrassed. I didn't have anything, and now we do, and it's for all of us, and it's literally, it's free. It's free to you guys, you know, and Wade's going to go into detail of that 1, 2, 3 system. It is so, it sounds too simple, but it works. It's teachable. You know, we can teach it in 3 minutes, or we can teach it in an hour, you know, and it grows. So this is just the first phase of it. It's teachable. It's duplicatable. And I love the word that Creel used in the book, and that's the massive growth that this can give your business, that can give your organization. It's not just growth, it's massive growth. And if that's what you're looking for, you're at the right place at the right time, right? Who wants to work more into the future? I don't. With this system in place, this is exactly why we're doing it, so that we can work less and less, right? We want to work less and less. So massive growth, less work into the future. It's right now, it's really key that we get this out to our teammates, we get this out to our leaders, and we plug everybody into the system. The system will take care of itself. I promise you, it will take care of itself. I have people asking me the same questions, and I'm sure you do too. Sihal, what's a supply list that I need to get? Well, you know what? In the system, we'll know it so well. We can say, you know what? Go watch the archive number 3, or they ask, where do we get the ORP? Oh, go watch the number 2, wherever that archive is. We won't ever have to explain it anymore. And if we're in the car, we're driving, or we're on vacation, we can just send them to that. It's absolutely amazing in the way that communication, the way that it communicates with our teams, like Phil was saying, around the world, and Wade, all of us having business around the world, the way that the email is communicating with our teams, first day in or 10 years in, it's very easy to understand, it's very easy to follow, it's very useful. We've cut out the fat. This is a lean, mean machine. We've all been, I'm going to use the analogy of a sports car. The sports car industry, they have a new model each and every year. This is 2016, and this system is the fastest system out there to grow your team. Get into this model, plug everybody into it, and let's just take off, right? This is the business of today. Whatever you were doing yesterday, forget about it. Put your ego aside, because we all did. And that's the only reason why we are growing, and we want you to grow with us. So put everything, what you've learned aside, learn this new simple system, simpler system. I wish we had it when we first started, and just watch everything take off. So I can't say anything else more except that I love it, and I'm so happy that we have something right now for you and for us to utilize today and into the future. So thank you guys so much for doing this. Really appreciate you.
Right on, guys. So thanks so much, Sihat and Creel. Great to have your input. Of course, this wouldn't happen without your efforts in and around the world, and there's nothing like forcing to have a system, because basically that's what we need to manage the growth, and that's the way business is done in 2016. So again, for those of you who don't know, of course, with the Prosperity and Health Alliance, we have the first thing that we do is we go through get your machine, get your website, get your training. This is where we go and order the machines from Enagic. This is where we get your health success website right here. And then we go follow your business training system. Now, the emails that you are receiving from me right now comes from Wade T. Lightheart. We're hoping to get that put to the Prosperity and Health Alliance. There's some spam laws that we have to get around and all that sort of stuff to make that happen, but we're working on it. But anyways, first and foremost, we need you to commit to reading these emails. And I'll tell you why, because these emails are going to save you a lot of time, effort, and energy. Okay, and that's why we're sending. We're not sending them to entertain ourselves. We're not sending them because we want to interrupt your time or we want to take over your mailbox or anything like that. We're doing this because as leaders, our responsibility is to train you to be successful in the business. And because of the growth of our organizations, and you will experience this and you stay in this business long enough, you get to a point where there's only so much Wade, so much Seahouse, so much Creel, so much whoever to deal with the organization. So we're like, how do we systematize it? So when it says get your free training, this is what our concept was. So I'm going to introduce you to a concept first here is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. For those that who haven't read this book, do read it. For those that you have read that book, read it again. There's one key concept in here, and that is the ESBI concept that, number one, people start out as an employee. This is people that go to work, have a job. This is the bulk of the people that you probably talk to or you're experienced with, they're in this level. There's no tax incentives. You're at the highest tax level. You work the hardest. You don't get a lot of vacation time, and you're kind of at the control of the world. And the world's changing. A lot of jobs that people are employed at now aren't going to be this way. That's why this business or this type of business is the future. Second, you go to the S, which is the self-employed. Basically, this is the sole proprietorship, the guy that owns the juice bar, the restaurant, the guy that owns the cleaning business, or the girl that owns the cleaning business, or the woman who's running an accounting consultation, or the personal trainer, or the nutritionist, or whatever it happens to be. You're self-employed. And one of the hardest jumps to go to is from the self-employed to the business owner. And the business owner means that you own a system. and then ultimately you invest in a system as an investor. We won't talk about investing today. We're going to talk about becoming a business owner. When you start out with Enagic, you go from working for somebody else, you go to working for yourself. You start developing independence and doing things your way. You get more money, but if you don't have a system, you have less time. That's the reality of it. You got to, and at first when you're working this, it's going to take up a bit more time. If you're working 40 hours a week, you're going to need that extra 5, 10, 15, 20 hours. How fast you want to get to your dreams is going to determine how much effort you want to put into it, right? And then finally, that always has there's a limited income when self-employed because it's hard to replicate yourself. Now, the good news is Enagic has a system already built. And the system that they have built is they have a distribution, sales, and service system. In other words, they cover all of that. So when you sign up with Enagic, you're kind of a shareholder, if you will, in a business system that has a 40-year-old history that's around the world. So they set up the global distribution. They set up all the cash flow and distribution systems. They set up the accounting system. So we're really bypassing the S and going into the B. But what determines your ability to grow your business is the system that you have to train other people to be successful. That's the key. So up until this point, it's been, come to the demo, do videos, all that sort of stuff. Learn one-on-ones that your upline teaches you where you get supplies, where you do, and we do a lot of those things over and over and over again. Myself, Creo, Seahawk, all the other leaders on this call tonight, we've all done this for those new people over and over and over and over and over again. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to do that and I'm happy to do that. But when you want to go to the next level, when you want to go from that 6-figure business to that big 6-figure business or that 7-figure business, then you need to have a system. You need to have that system in place so that you're creating what I call income producing assets, ATMs. Okay, so I'm going to come out of here and then I'm going to get to the nuts and bolts of this, so bear with me. So what we're going to go here is we're going to show you. So when a person clicks on this button here, get your free training, and you all have because you're all getting emails from me, what happens, I'm going to show you the back side of the nuts and bolts of how this works, okay? What happens is this is the system that we've built here. This is a service called Aweber, and this is an automated email delivery service system, okay? And what that does is everybody that signs up will get an automated series of emails, and also when we send out broadcasts for special announcements. That's what we do. Now, what we've done here is I'm going to click on this. This is going to be the email. I'm going to deliver this email immediately after this webinar. So when this webinar ends, you're going to get this first email, and you're going to get one of these emails every day. And anybody else that joins our business is going to start at email number 1 starting at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock tonight whenever this webinar ends. Okay? So let me just show you how this works. So I'm going to click on this right now. Now, inside this email, this is the backside. So there's a title. Now, in the title, you're going to notice in here there's a little bracket called PHA1. Remember this. Write this down if you haven't already. PHA1. This means Prosperity Health Alliance email number 1. In the first month, you are going to get 24 specific emails. 5 emails, and then you're going to have what we call a checklist email. And this is to help not only you to make sure that you've got everything, but also so that you have a guideline to help your new prospect to see, did they get this done, did they not get this done, and did they need help in learning any single aspect of the business. It's not a pass or fail report card or anything like that. It's just to find out where your distributor is and where you can give them the most help. So in here, there's a little email. And inside this email, it's going to share exactly what's going to happen. There's a little video that some of you guys have already watched it. That's going to, it's a video of me explaining, welcome to Prosperity Health Alliance. Here's the automated training system. Here's how it works. And here's what happens. This goes through here. It gives specific instructions. This one tells us how to set up for the webinar. Welcome to the team. Here's what goes next. So that's what they're going to get on the first email. Now, here's what's cool. Then on day 2, they're going to get this email. How to set up your Enagic system. And inside this email, Now, every one of the distributors that you get them to go through the Prosperity and Health Alliance, this system is going to automatically deliver this information for you. You don't have to do it. The system is going to take care of it for you. All you need to do is get their machine, get their SSC website, and get them onto the Prosperity and Health Alliance. Now you look at this one, here it is, how you set up your Enagic system and get your Kangen supply. So if you look in here, there's a video that shows how, if they've got a K8 machine. There's a video here if it's an SD or SD501 Platinum. There's a video here how to clean the machine. Okay? Here's a quick video guide to show all the different uses with Daniel D. McCauley, right? It's a great video. There's another thing here that shows them how to get onto the EWS website with their and put in their distributor ID, what the password is, right? Okay, it tells them this is where they can buy supplies, all that sort of stuff. It's all done for you. And there's an attachment. And there's an attachment that shows all the supplies and videos and where to go and websites like, you know, Ion Faucet, all that sort of stuff. All done for you. And again, if you look up here at the top at PH2, this is email number 2. So this means that PH number 2 is going to have this in your list. It's so everybody gets the same thing. Now, here's what happens next. On day 3, your client is going to get finding their why. If you don't have a why in this business that makes you cry, forget it. You want a why that makes you cry. Maybe that's helping your family. Maybe that's paying your bills. Maybe that's going on a dream vacation. Maybe that's setting yourself up for retirement. Maybe that's making a difference in the world. Maybe it's something for the environment. I don't know what your why is, but guess what? Everybody has a why, and everybody's why is a little different. But in here, here's what happens. Here's the ultimate why, how to turn your financial, you know, your key to financial dreams into reality. Look here. Talks about the trifecta, step 1. Here's how the trifecta works. If you're serious about building this business and making it something that's going to take care of you financially, you want to be on the trifecta program. And why is that? Well, we didn't know about this when we start. We didn't have anything like this in start. Right now, it's costing me $20,000 a month, and it's costing Siha $20,000 a month because we didn't know this. If we had known this, we'd be making an extra 20 grand a month. We want you to make that money, okay? To do it right, to do it clear, to get it right. Next, book your game plan meeting. You know, years ago, my upline support told me, how do you identify the successful people in this business? It's the people that are calling you, emailing you, and texting you. If you have a distributor that's doing that, it's booking their game plan meeting, guess what? That means they're hungry. That means they have a reason why. That means they want your attention. Make sure you get this. And we set people up. Here's a 90-minute meeting. So you as an upline support need to understand how to deliver this. So you need to know these emails. You need to go through it. So when they come and say, hey, we need to book a time with you, they can book a time. Step 3, here's the movie. Here's a little video. One of the best videos on the why of a company I've ever seen. It's Simon Sinek, How Great Leaders Inspire. It's a 20-minute TED Talk. The link is right there. If you haven't watched it, I encourage you to watch it. Number 3, it tells you how to make the list. Look at that. We got to change this right now. So I'm going to change this right there. That's step 5, and this is step 6. So you can see that I'm editing this. You won't have the ability to edit it, but if there's anything in here that you don't like, send us an email. Say, hey, Wade, PH3, you missed something here. There was a typo, whatever it happened to be. Just send it out to us. We'll upgrade and improve it. So I changed this on the fly. So then it says get connected with your webinars and local meetings. That means get into Monday nights. It goes down here to the bottom, welcomes people, and also shows people back to the GoPro audiobook, which is really cool for people that are really, really motivated. Okay, so I'm going to save and exit that. So we got the change already booked into that. Okay, and here's what happens. Boom. So now we're going to what? We're going to day number 4, how to set up your calendar for success. Okay? So basically, and here's the instruction. Now you'll notice up here, PH number 4. We even, you know, the beauty of this is we had Creel had made a little video of how to create a special folder so you can get this really quickly. We highly recommend setting up a special folder. If you don't know how to do that, we've got an email on that too. Okay? We're covering everything that we can possibly think of. So in this email, we talk about organization and scheduling and consistency. And this here, how many hours you decide to work per week, this sort of stuff like that, how to create your Enagic file, There's the little video that Creel made to show you how to do that, where to get the newsletters, all that sort of stuff. And then a sample schedule of how to set aside your time. If you want to work 10 hours a week, here's an idea. Meet with your upline and go over how much you want to commit to your business. Remember, you make the rules, but just commit to the rules, okay? So that's the thing. We talk about that, and here's that video again. There's another attachment in here explaining all how that works. So we're going to get out of that one. Okay, and we're going to go back. So that's going to happen on day number 4. Now, day number 5. This is really, really exciting. Are you guys excited about this? Raise your hand if you're excited.
Awesome. This is
I'm so pumped about this. So then here, how do you have a demonstration happening 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year? This is PHA video number 5, or email number 5. Let me explain something to you guys. In my other business, I've been doing this stuff online for 12 years. And what happens is the other day we were just having to check the Google Analytics, and I found out that one of my videos had been watched for 225,000 minutes. 225,000 minutes. Just to give you a concept that is, that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 155 days a year. That was posted in the summer. And you know what video that was? That was the video on the water demonstration. Okay? So the bottom line is I was able to duplicate 155 days straight of 24 hours a day work from one video. That's the power of a system. I'm so excited I'm losing my voice. But we're going to keep going. So this one is explaining leverage, time leverage. It's the most important, valuable aspect. This system is going to save you time. And that makes you more money because you're going to get consistency throughout your organization. You're going to teach your people how to leverage their time quickly, and it's going to be efficient. And you're going to look like $1 million. If you're starting this business today, and you bring someone to this site, guess what? You've got them in one day. You've got them set up with a business and a distribution model all around the world that we can deliver from Enagic. Number 2, you got them set up with their own website that anybody in the world can see, that a tracking system with the Health Success website. And number 3, you have a system that is going to train them from top to bottom, the nuts and bolts. Every single thing they could possibly learn about this business is going to be delivered to them automatically. And it's like you delivered it to them because you're part of the team. This isn't our system. This is your system. It's everybody's system on our team. So look at this. Step 1, how to leverage your time. Make sure they got the Health Success site if they didn't, right? Maybe the person forgot to. Maybe they were so excited they didn't know where PH Alliance was or Prosperity. So guess what? We're going to remind them. Okay, we're going to show them, like right here. Here's how you go through the back of the site. Do you guys know how good that site is? Everything that you could possibly imagine. About half the questions that you get in the business, there's a PDF document in the back office. If you haven't gone through it, does the system work? Does it make sales? Yeah, it does. I was watching the Super Bowl game yesterday, and I was having a great old time yelling at the screen, screaming, rolling around in the TV lounge, eating potato chips, and just freaking out and having a great time, you know, because it was my day off, and I was really enjoying it. I got done. I said, I forgot to check my email. I checked my email. Guess what? Someone gone through step 9 and said, do you make sense to have yourself a machine? Yeah. They said, yeah, contact me. I want to buy a machine. They wanted to buy a machine. I was watching football, and they were watching the Health Success Center. Once you've had this experience, it will change your life. And that's what we do. We change people's lives. Okay? Here's why it works. We explain why this works. We share with your person, your new prospect, your new distributor, why this works, why this is important. And also, this is the can-do factor. You don't have to be a water expert. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be any of those things. All you need to do is plug into the system. ABC 1, 2, 3. So we got it all listed out for you. Okay, and now we're going to go to the next part, which is the checklist. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. When people start out in this business, their first 30 days is critical. Okay, because they don't know what's going on. They have no experience. They don't know how this is working. They're not sure how it works. Your job as an upline support is to schedule some time with them to start alleviating some of the fears, some of the when people get fear or they don't know what they're going to do, they shut down. Okay, and a lot of people have been shut down their whole lives by maybe a spouse, by maybe a parent, maybe a sibling, maybe their boss, maybe their, who knows. Our job is to empower people and bring them up and show them the beauty that's inside them and the greatness that's inside them and how wonderful they are. That's the beauty of this. So right here is checking in with your business coach. Okay, so here's what happens. In this particular one, what you're going to see here is a little thing. Hey man, you made it through the first week. Good job. You know, hey, starting a business, it ain't easy. Getting this thing going, it ain't easy. If there's a lot of uncomfortability here, we want to thank you for joining and being part of the team. Now, guess what? We got a document attached. So some of these have attachments. You can see the attachment up here. And remember, in the title, this is PHA number 6. So imagine if a person came here on a Monday. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was the first 5 emails. In Saturday, they're going to get an email which is going to have their checklist. Now, if they're in their local environment, you can meet them in person and you can go over their checklist. Or if they're online, if they're in some other country, you get on Skype like we do. I run my businesses off of Skype wherever I am, and you know I travel a lot. Siha does it, Creel does it. We use Skype. So guess what? You get on Skype or you get on the telephone or you get on WhatsApp. I don't care. Whatever you want to communicate with, and then you go to the checklist. So here's what the checklist looks like. Guess what? Here it is, prosperityhealthalliance.com checklist. Bingo. Get them out, and it talks about this. Look, this is not about passing and failing. This is not like the report card you got from school that says, hey, you suck at math and you're great at social studies. It's nothing like that. Okay? What this is about is for you to get a feeling for where they are. So guess what? In that first week, there's 20 things to go through their checklist. Now, is the person going to go through everything on the checklist and get it all right? No, they're not. Probably most won't. But some people will. And guess what? The people that do that, guess what? You know that they're the next superstar. And if you've got a superstar, if you've got someone that is really motivated and really ready to go for it, you want to do what I did when I started out. When I'll tell you, way back in the day, and I'll share a story with you, is George told me, he said, look, I said, how do you tell if you got a superstar distributor? Like, what's the qualities? What is it? He says, if that person's contacting you. And what happened is I didn't know anything about the business. I did a lousy demonstration for Siha, and he called me up after he went to a demonstration, and he was talking so fast, and you know how Siha does that. I couldn't tell what the hell he was talking about. And we went on a few things and all that sort of stuff and back and forth. And he kept calling me every day and setting up appointments and all that stuff, and I couldn't keep up with this guy. I was like way over my head. I was like, how you know, I was almost a 6A. I was like, I didn't know what was going on. So I called up George and I said, George, I think I got, you know those people that are calling you and bugging you all the time and asking for all kinds of, I think I got one of those guys. And he took the time out of his day to come down to Bellingham and to talk to Siha and to really share with him a vision that I wasn't capable of doing at that time. I'm going to share this. If you have someone that goes through all 20 of these things in their first week and has a yes on every one of those things, or even has them all checked off and says yes, no, or I need help, you make sure that you plug them into your 6A or 6A2 or to me or to Creel or to Thing, so that we can help you get them geared in the vision. That way, for those people who are starting out, we want those people that you might be scared to talk to, get them into this system. They're going to be impressed. So here's the list. Here's a list. So if you meet with your client, you meet with your customer, guess what? You go through this checklist. Hey, did you get your machine? Did you get it set up? Or did you go through that videos? Did you have a go tape? Boom. Did you get your Health Success website center? What is it? Let's go take a look at it. Did you sign up for the emails? Are you getting the emails from all the webinars, right? Sign up for the, you know, did you set up a folder? Remember those PHA things that we talked about, little brackets? Okay, get your system. Do you know how to use all the waters? Have you watched the video we got Danny DeMacaulay showing them in a 10-minute video how to use all the waters. You don't have to. Do you know where to get pre-filters? What's your why? Have you watched that video? And they go, yeah, I watched that. I was like totally blown away. And you know what? You know, I've always wanted to take my family on a trip. Guess what? Write that information down so you know that about your person, so that when things are tough or things are challenging, whatever, you say, hey, remember when you said back the day that you want to take the exam, worth going through it? And guess what? You reignite it because you're talking about their why, not your why, not their why, their why.
Yeah, back up a little bit, Wade.
Am I back? Are we good now?
That's better, right?
Hey, I get so wound. I can't see my video, so I'm just going through this. So I'm just so excited because this is going to change everybody's lives and make it a lot better. So we got to go through this list. You get the idea here, and then back again. So it doesn't stop there, okay? It doesn't stop there. So this is PH number 6. So what's going to happen is you're going to have a video delivered. Like tonight, you'll get your first video, and anybody that joins from this point, it will go in a sequence automatically. If they join 2 years from now, they're going to get video number 1, video number 2, video number 3, video like email number 3 with everything in it, just like you saw tonight. Now guess what? It gets better. It gets better. That's right, because in email number 7, which would start on the following Monday, or if they started on a Tuesday, it's just going to have to be a Tuesday for them. It doesn't matter. It's okay. As you see here, it says 2 days after. Guess what? We introduced them to who? The greatest network marketing trainer on the planet, Eric Worre. Boom, there's his video. The video's there for you. It's there for everybody else. And if you look, there it is, PH Alliance number 7, which you will put in your folder for future reference. Okay, so what happens is you go through this. It talks about laying out the steps, right? It shows you how to get the video. It shows you how the Amazon link to get the book. You want to read the book. It's all right there for you. Now you got Eric Worre training your team. Now you got the best guy in the world coming to your team. And guess what? It keeps going. It doesn't stop. Tools of the trade, day number 8. We're taking people, so this is going to be in the second week on on Tuesday. Guess what? Here's the tools of the trade. Here's what it takes to get your toolkit. We're reminding people. Here's ion faucet. Here's where you get saline. Here's where you get, here's the bottles if you want to do demos. Some people like doing demos, and we encourage it. Maybe you're doing trade shows, whatever. Here's the things that you need for a demo. Here's where you get your pinpoint meter if you're into demos and still doing live demos. Here's the things that you need for your kit. Enagic approved PowerPoints, all this stuff. Look, I even put in here, I put something, if you want to book me, this is how you book me. If you book me, and I'm going to be clear about this, look, be prepared. I've got a lot of people that want to meet with me, and I know Creel and Seahaw's the same, but I really want to help you wherever you are. You book that time with me, show up, be ready, be specific. It's not going to be a hangout call, it's going to be a business call. If you and I are hanging out at a restaurant and chilling out, that's cool. But if you're going to book me on this, this is a business call. This is not a call for me talking to so-and-so or Fred or Mary to get them on the business. This is like you saying, Wade, I need to go out, all out massive action. I need to go crazy. I need to make $100,000 in the next 90 days. I need to go 6A2 billion, whatever it is. You got a serious plan, a serious direction here. Be prepared for that call. That's what it's for. If it's not for that, that's okay. All right. So this is my commitment to you, to your team, and be respectful of Creel's time and Seahaw's time or your upline's time, but also don't be afraid to ask. Just be ready. So here we go through the whole system. You'll see this. And again, I'm going to show you this one right here, down here. This is going to be coming. I left out a few. You'll see them in your email boxes as they come day after day. Here's what happens here. It's got a little motivational video, Tony Robbins. But guess what? In the bottom, it's got week 2 checklist. So we got a checklist for week 2 to go through to find out where your team is, where they're at. Are they having trouble? Are they not having trouble? Do they need help on specific things? And that way, we get targeted specific information. And of course, up here, that's PHA number 12. So here's the deal. What's going to happen is the first 30 days, they're going to have all the initial training webinars. Excuse me. All the initial training emails. So what that means is you don't have to do the training. You got to train people on the system. You train people on the system. Let's make everybody in our company in the PH Alliance an expert on the system, not an expert on the water. If you want to be an expert on the water, that's great. But that's not what's going to make you money. what's going to make you money, what's going to allow you to affect more people, what's going to get this water into more homes is the system. And we're building that system for you. We're building it for us. We need you to go through this. We need you to read every one of those emails. We need you to get your feedback, okay? Because at the end of this month, okay, at the end of the next 30 days, we're going to go through those first 20 major emails and the 4 checklists, right? And guess what? If there's anything missing, we're going to upgrade this again. We've really covered a lot. It's a lot of information. Some of you might not understand this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn it back over to you guys so you can start asking us questions about the system and how to utilize this system in your business so that you can eliminate most of the redundancy and get into working on your business instead of working in your business. There's a difference. Working in your business, you're working, you're running. Working on your business is you're putting pieces in motion so that it grows with or without you. That the webinars are going online. You don't have to be there. That the closing questions are being asked. That the training videos, that those questions, all you need to do is be an expert in helping your team make sure they go through that checklist so they move from, I don't know what's going on, to like, I've got everything down, Bob. Like, where do I go to the global training? How do I get to Eric Warriors Advanced? I've got 500 people in. Do you got an accountant? Because I got to deal with a ginormous tax bill because I just made a ton of money. That's the kind of problems we want to start hearing. Eventually, we're going to roll out some advanced trainings and stuff once we get this thing locked down. There's nothing like this in Enagic. You're in the #1 team. This will be the #1 training. This will be the future of what Enagic is. Believe me, this is where the whole world is going. We're going to go there with you together. We're locking arms. We're so excited. Let's hear your questions. Go right ahead. I'm going to take a drink of Kangen water before I blow a larynx.
You know, before the questions come forward, I want to just thank you, Wade, for taking the time and rolling it out with such enthusiasm. I'm going to throw in a couple other ideas just to fill out, because I know there's going to be a couple key questions. One of the main questions that I've heard is, you know, we are giving this free to anyone who signs up at the prosperityandhealthalliance.com. So we are not keeping this information private to our organization. We made a leadership decision that we want to be known as a group within the Enagic brand that is a community that gives, that is not private but open. We want to support and endorse leaders from other places to get involved with us. And we think when doing that, we can open the doors to you guys and your businesses that we'll be proud to be known that we're part of the PH Alliance as this grows over the next few years. And I think that sets a really powerful reputation of what we do. Rather than keeping it to our private party, this is a party of coming out, because we really believe that we can take Enagic and Kangen water in the next 5 to 10 years to massive levels. And as the tide rises, we all rise with it. So I know people were saying, hey, are you going to keep this private? Do you need a special password? Nope. This is all out information, and we really feel that leading with that type of leadership and quality is the best way that we want to duplicate and impress into the Enagic world.
Absolutely, Krill. And, you know, if you look at the top leaders in Enagic, whether it's Romy, whether it's Daniel D. McCauley, whether it's Cynthia Brigante, whether it's Eli and Jolena, whether it's any of those people, they've created some system of carrying out information. Most of us have been on their calls or been on their things, and they share it with everybody. And we're going to share this system. We're not going out there and telling everybody to get on it right now. Tell your team to get on it. It'll happen automatically. We're excited to have you on board. We're excited to roll this out, and we want your feedback. So let's get into those questions. Siha, do you want to add to anything to that?
You guys, no, I want to take the questions. This is for the people, and but I'll add at the end, definitely. We got questions out there?
Yeah, so we've got Arena. Hi, Arena. Hi, Landon. Love you guys, Gowan. Love you too, Gowan. Yep, I'm excited. Scott, drink more water. Right on. I love it. Bang on awesomeness, gang, from Rodney. Okay, here's a question. How are we able to track the progress of our new distributors? That's a great question. So on the 6th, the 12th, and the 18th, and the 24th email is going to be a checklist. And that checklist is going to see if they were paying attention in those emails. So what I would recommend is when you get your checklist, Okay, print the checklist off. Print off a dozen of them. Okay? And put the name of your distributors on the top one. So when they call you, or you call them and you set up that meeting with them, guess what? You go, okay, Bob, Mary, have you gone through step 1, 2, 3? Do you understand how your machine is? It lays it all out for you on the checklist, and guess what? Everything's already delivered to you. You're just checking in to see that they're doing it or not. You don't have to tell them how to do it. You just say, hey, do you need some help with this? And they say, yeah, you know, I can't seem to figure out the Health Success Center site. I went on there, I couldn't get into the back office. Great. Let's get on that together. And I'm going to show you, check out this, look at all the stuff in the back. Boom, it's done. So I hope that answered your question.
And you know, Wade, on top of that, your first video that introduces the automated training system, at the very end of it, you guys will see that there's a call to action of a new person watching this, that they want to reach out to their sponsor and tell them that this is day 1 they've started. So we want to also coach that and train that into our program, that we might tell someone, go to this site, let me know when you start. Just send me a text, send me a call so that I know it's your day 1, because everyone's going to be looking at that. So then you mark that in your calendar being like, great, I know James has started. It's day 1, and 6 days from now, that's when it's time to follow up. If he doesn't follow up with you beforehand to book his game plan meeting. So it's all in there. Follow the emails and you'll get a feeling for how you want to interact with the email list going out and how to correspond with it.
So just to follow up on that, Krill, see, so this is, I'm just showing you guys right here, this is what checklist number 1 looks like. Cross-Element, your business checklist, and there's the checklist of actions. There's 20 on that first page, so that you can go through it or help that person. And I'll tell you, once people have gone through this and they've seen how thorough this is, you're going to look like an absolute genius. And that's great, because that's what we want to see. We want them to say, wow, this guy really has got a great system, because you do. You are a genius. You got something. We're working for you, right? We're working for you. See how I can see you want to say something?
Yeah, I'd like to share something. We, the leaders, we have to go through this ourselves. You can't just put the system in and expect our teams to go and do it, and then when they come and have a question, you not know how to answer it. You have to go through this. This is homework for you. This is the effort that you put out up front so that you don't have to put the effort out later. Invest the time now, all the time. So I just want to add that you have to do this. This is mandatory. It really is. If you want to succeed, this is mandatory for success, truly.
Excellent. Excellent. Great job. Here's a question from Landon. Will there be a list of all the things, websites, books, etc., that we as a system members will eventually need to implement the parts of this? Absolutely. Every single email outlines exactly what you need to do. This checklist is based on all of the emails that were sent out. So there's no stone unturned. That way, there's nothing, you know exactly what's going on as long as you're following the system, as long as you're going through this and teaching your team that, guess what? You can't get this wrong. And that's the beauty of it. Like, but as a leader, as someone in this organization, someone that doesn't have an experience with autoresponders and things like that, okay, you need to go through this yourself so that you know what that experience is for that new person. You also need to go through this so you can give us some feedback on some pieces that we might have missed. This sequence is for you. It's for our team. It's for everybody, so that we get everybody, as Danny D. McCauley would say, singing from the same hymn book. So our next question.
I got a quick response in there too, Wade. Email number 7, PHA 7, will be template emails. There's going to be 15 that you can download. So we've really taken what we think is like 90% of all the questions you're ever going to experience, and we put them into template emails. You want to download those, load them into your Gmail. I shoot a little video explaining how to do that for people. You want to watch all those videos. So that's basically your repertoire. When anyone asks a question, you've already seen everything that is really the golden stuff here, that you can just reach into your email and fire them either the complete email or select a video within that so that you want to get a little exposure first before sending a fuller email. So that's also there, which I think is, checking around other network marketing companies is very hard to ever get that level of your office set up for you so that you're basically just working with people, not having to create anything.
That's right. And the other beauty of this is this is stuff that's all proven to work. This isn't stuff we just cooked up one night. Yeah. Those emails work. Those emails answer those. Those are the composite of all of our experience in business and all of the leaders that have taught us in business. So Krill did a great job on these emails and thoughts. He also did a great job of understanding of how to set up a folder so that you can store this stuff and make it quick, fast, and easy. So bang, you got the answer. So a person sends something to you, guess what? You just click, search for it, boom, send it out. Guess what? Again, you're looking like such a pro. Every question's answered. Everything is put out in a nice email, and you go back to them, and then they go, this guy is a professional, like network marketing pro. You're going to do this, be a pro. Okay. We got a question here. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Is it Alam? Is that right? I hope so. If it isn't, please correct me. So we got a question. How much is it to sign up for the PH Alliance? Is there a monthly charge like the HSC site? I've just gone through a liter of this. I'm so excited. No charge. There may be a charge at some point in the future. Right now, we can handle about 1,000 people on the webinar. I have a feeling if we go beyond that point, there will be a charge. But for everybody that gets in now, you're going to be on the grandfathered no charge program. So we want to turn this out to you. So get your team on it. Get everybody on it now. Right? Just so you know, these do cost money. The auto. By the way, the other thing about the autoresponder, it keeps you from being put into spam, and you don't have to deal with anti-spam laws. We're covering all that for you so that people can remove themselves easily if they don't like you or don't like us. You don't get in trouble. Everything's delivered, so that's great. The other thing is these things do cost us money. These webinars cost us money. Kim works for us, worked with us. She's got the go-to webinar panel. So we're covering that for you guys because we know how hard you work for us. We want to work just as hard for you guys. So right now, no cost.
Wait, I'm going to throw something else on there because when you sign up for the PH Alliance and start to get the emails, you get two sets of emails. Let's be really clear about that. There's one is going to be the PHA 1 all the way to 24, which is going to be the automated training system. At the same time, you're going to get emails that are sent during the week with just weekly updates and announcements. So they will not have a numbered sequence to them. So they will not have PHA 1 to 24. That's just for the first month, the sequence, and then during the week, we're not going to overload you, but when we have announcements of where some events are happening, if there's some major changes that needs to get out into the field, what we were noticing, Siha and myself, I know for sure, that we were getting some of our information was getting caught up in spam, so we weren't able to actually correspond and train and get information to our teams. Now that we've gone past that and everybody's selecting into this, we can bypass that, what Wade just mentioned. So there's two types of emails going to be coming to you. So you don't have to save the the weekly information ones, but do save the PH training ones labeled 1 to 24.
Yes, and one more thing on top of that. So great reminder, Krill. We also want to say when you first sign up, what happens? Someone just asked, how does a person sign up for the PH Alliance? I typed it in there and sent it to everybody. You go to prosperityandhealthalliance.com. You click on Get Your Training. When you get your training, you are then sent an email to your email box. You got to click on that email. That's called a double opt-in. That's what gets us out of this whole spam issues. Okay? And what happens is then that person will start getting their training from that point onwards. Now, if you're in Google, sometimes this will be put on a promotion file or a social file or something like that. Be sure to check and identify and make it an important email so that it comes into for your Hotmail or whatever. Just make sure that when you first get it or your team understands it, they say, I didn't get the email. It might be in their spam filter. It might be in their social box. It might be in their promotion box. Sometimes that gets mixed up, so just check on that so that they know that they're getting them. Okay, next question. You can't ask someone to do something you haven't done. You can, but you don't know if they're doing it right. Shelley, that's a good point. Never ask someone something that you haven't done. I think that's a great thing. Is this webinar tonight going to be available to send to our teams? Yes, it is. All our webinars are available. We're just going through search engine optimization. Kim is going to SEO these so they will be accessible from our YouTube link. Right now, our YouTube link is not very prominent on the Prosperity and Health Alliance. That's not an accident because we haven't got the SEO on there. Once that's an SEO, you're going to see a more prominent links to our Facebook and to our YouTube site. Okay, so next thing, thanks to you three for taking all the time to get this set up. Yep, thanks, Shelley. We know how hard you work. We're doing our best. Is the YouTube channel under Wade's name? No, it's under Prosperity and Health Alliance. There are some emails right now that are under Wade's or under my name. We are moving from that to get the distinction. We kind of started this up. I was doing videos, and then I encouraged, Seahawk and Creel to get on the videos, and then we brought Kim on. Kim got on board, and she's like, Wade, the SEO is all messed up on this. I'm like, can you fix the SEO? She goes, yeah, Wade, I'm working on the SEO. We're going to get this all set up. So it's a little bit all over the place on that side of it, but the bottom line, you don't have to worry because it's all going to come through the PH Alliance. It'll be locked down probably within the next 30 days, certainly by the end of the quarter. So there's that. By the way, we have demos on there. We've got trifectas. I explained the business. We got like everything that you could possibly want. And then what we don't cover, the Health Success Center covers. And what Health Success Center doesn't cover, Enagic covers. So you're covered. You're triple covered. You're covered that way. The only thing that's holding you back is your old story. And I can't change that. But guess what? That's the past. It doesn't matter. Today's a new day. Today's a new start. Today's the best day. Today's the day that you make the difference. Today's the day you reach out. Today's the day that you say, it's my time. So if I can get everybody out there to put their hand up, go, is it your time? Tell me if it's your time. Type an answer and say, it's my time.
Yeah, it's our time.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's great stuff, guys. Here we go. Sandra asks if you need to have a distributor ID in order to get into the PH Alliance emails and webinars. No, but it really, I don't know why someone would want to be here if they weren't an Enagic distributor. Well, they might want to learn how great a system this is, and some people will check that out. They'll say, hey, look what's happening in Prosperity and Health Alliance. I sign up for other guys' emails that I think are doing a good job so I can learn from them. The bottom line is, Rishek, everybody's welcome. If we get other people coming in from other organizations and checking this out or checking it out from other MLM companies, guess what? They're going to say, why am I going with, I don't want to be with the ABC Me Too product. I want to be on the ABC 123 program at the Prosperity and Health Alliance. So here's a great thing. For those of you that are starting out, you go back to your team, you go, hey, you know what, guys? We just implemented this brand new digital training system. It is the most state-of-the-art, cutting-edge system. And here's what I need you to do. I need you to come take a look at this for the next 5 days. Give me your feedback. Give me your feedback on this. Can you plug in and check? Go out and send 25 text messages to your friends and say, hey, check out my new business system. I've got these guys that I'm working with that have created this for me, and say that. They've created this for me, and I'm testing the system, and I need 25 people I can trust to take a look at this system. You're going to get some sales, okay? You're not going to sell them. The system's going to sell them. You're going to go, what? Mildred, I can't believe what you're doing. There we go. Rashek, it's my time. Lori, it's my time. Rodney, it's my time. Christy, it's my time. It's our time from Shelley. Absolutely. Pam, it's our time and my time. Look at that. It's a super time. Exactly. Yes, it's my time. Thank you for taking the time, guys and gals. How can we help you guys since you've been so generous? We're all helping each other. Enagic is, we sign off on our emails with love and compassion. That's the foundation of the business. Okay, Mr. Oshiro didn't build an automated system. Mr. Oshiro didn't build a demo. Mr. Oshiro didn't build a brochure. Mr. Oshiro didn't do a DVD. Here's what he did. He got his heart as big as the whole world, and he found a way that he could reach out with true health and compassion, one person at a time, to create health, wealth, and peace of mind. And we've got the greatest system. There's nothing like it. There's no MLM. You're never going to see another one like it. It's going to be the one you tell your grandkids about. It's the one that your grandkids that won't ever know you say, yeah, great granddaddy Babalaloo went and did this thing with some water thing, went all around the world and made a whole fortune, and that's why we're living in this big mansion nowadays. Let them tell that story. And they got a picture of you, and I don't even know what'll be in that they'll probably just teleport a video of you or something. I don't know. But that's what you want to see, right? Yeah, so everybody, Rashek, everybody gets the same emails. So just so you understand, when you go to the Prosperity and Health Alliance, the system does the training for you, but you've got to coach your team on the system with the report cards. The report cards come on Saturday of every week. If you're on this call now, you're going to get it on Saturday. You're going to get the report card. That report card's for you, and then that report card's for you to help your team. So there's no ambiguity. There's no reason. There's no, hey, my upline I didn't get that. No. If your upline doesn't do this, call me. You can book me. I'll help you. CIHA will help you. Creel will help you. We'll help you. If there's a problem in between, get to us. There's no problems. There's challenges, right? There's obstacles. Are you going to let an obstacle stop you? Don't. Yeah, look at this. All these people excited. Woohoo, it's my time. Colleen says it's her time. It's my time. Got it. Everybody's got it. Perfect. Great to have you guys on board. I mean, it's 8 o'clock, top of the hour. Guys, I'll turn it over to you guys because I'm gonna blow my voice out. We've been working hard day and night on this thing for weeks. It's only going to get better. This is the worst it's going to be. It's going to be nothing but better. It's going to make your life easier. It's going to allow you to spend more time on growing your business, less time on teaching your business. It's going to get you zeroed in, locked into where your team needs help, and it's going to be able to be expandable to anybody on the world because it's delivered digitally. While you're sleeping, the system isn't. While you're resting, the system's working. While you're partying, the system's working. While you're hanging out with your friends, the system's teaching your team on their time, as they want to go, as they want to grow, as fast as they want to go. That's the way this works. This is the digital world. This is getting the system working for you. This is getting the machine built and delivered for you. We got it. ABC 1, 2, 3, Prosperity and Health Alliance. Guys, take it out.
Awesome, Wade.
Wade, thank you so much. Wade is the master trainer. He's trained all of his life. You know, he's trained other people. I respect you. I respect your ability to put something like this together and get the most out of us. I mean, thank you so much. Creel, he's Mr. Organized. I have never met anybody more organized than Creel in the industry. So to you guys, hats off. We wouldn't be here without you. I just want to say thank you so much, and I thank our distributors, our team from all around the world for plugging in with us, for supporting us, for loving with us, for sharing with us, and getting on stage with us. So that's what we want to see happen. From Bellingham, Washington, I just want to say thank you to all of you. Creel?
Awesome. Thanks, Siha. I think we've created something really unique here, everybody, and we've created something. Now it's time to test drive it. So we're looking for you to jump into it and test drive it over the next 30 days. Give us your feedback so that we can do some tweaks so that we can get it to a level that's going to really work for all of us. And then we can get into what we need to be doing, which is talking to people and really transforming people's lives. So I'm so happy to be part of this. I've got two awesome co-hosts, Kim in the back from Vancouver, BC. I'm going to wrap it up for all of us from the Prosperity and Health Alliance. We wish you an amazing evening, and we look forward to seeing you next Monday on the call.
Good night, everybody. And by the way, you're going to receive an email in about 5 minutes with the first one. I want to see that YouTube video with a lot of views and a lot of positive comments because that gets traction for your business. So when you watch a video and you see a thing from Prosperity and Health, like it, send an awesome video, a thumbs up, Facebook, whatever it is. This is your team. This is your business. It's your time.
Let's go lead, leaders.
All right. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.